Hello, thanks. It's really nice to be here with you all. First thing is, Natalie Vobes, thank you very much. Personally and on behalf of all of us for founding, creating Blue Earth, for growing it, for the dedication that it's taken for all these years to the cause of bringing really meaningful stories out into the world through photography. It's pretty amazing. So thank you, Natalie. Okay. So speaking of stories close to home, this is a picture of some old rocks in the Duwamish River. It's also a picture of a sacred place from deep time. It shows 30 seconds of life in this vital landscape, water taking shape as it flows over a ridge of ancient stone on the river bottom, a plane taking off from Boeing Field, harsh lights surrounding a warehouse where mail is being sorted, drifting clouds colored by the glow from downtown Seattle. From where we are right now, in just about this direction, that's where you'll find this place. It's 8.7 miles from here, and if we were imagining ourselves as Osprey, we could, well, when the roof retracted, we could fly there in about 15 minutes. Of course, if we were going to drive, it would take 3 or 4 times that long. But when we get there, we won't see any of the stone right now, but if we stay and watch closely for a while, it will reveal something of itself again as the tide is pulled back out into Puget Sound. Some people can tell us that the last ice sheet here retreated about 12,000 years ago. There are also some people alive today who know the story about this place from deep time in another way. They can tell us about how storm wind defeated north wind, reclaimed the world from under ice, and made this a good place to live for people and for salmon. This place is known by many names: North Wind's Fishing Weir, the footbridge on the Green River Trail, Boeing Commercial Airplane Services Center, South 112th Street in Tukwila. And the riverside area here has also been a farm, the Duwamish Drive-In Movie Theater, and a junkyard. Starting just downstream from this place, around the corner there, the river landscape is also known as the Lower Duwamish Superfund site. Polluted so much, it has the power to take lives. But it's also now a habitat restoration site with new native plants and a marshy side channel where young salmon are able to rest during their life journey out to the sea and back. Well, it's my honor to share some more of this story about the Duwamish River. So that's the Duwamish River, at least many of the things I've seen. How many people here have seen the river for yourselves? Oh, good. Okay. I've been asking that question for a long time of different people that I meet, and it's always, actually what's fascinating about it is that the percentage of people is steadily increasing and sometimes really quickly increasing, surprisingly so. Because as you can see, the Duwamish River is very much alive. And that's kind of big news to a lot of people, because if you live here, and you could live here a very long time, I've found, and not really have any idea that Seattle had a river, that have any notion about why it is that we don't know that Seattle has a river. And a lot of that's by design, because as many places, cities in the country developed in similar ways and for similar reasons. As population of the country moved to the west, and the ideas of manifest destiny and how we settled in and take over a place and what we do when we get here, there are probably places that seem familiar to you, maybe, that from pictures that remind you of another spot. But it took me a long time actually to figure out that this river was still alive and to kind of understand what I was seeing. And now it gives me hope, which is a big thing, and it's kind of a hard case to make to some, when you're not really sure about what has happened, and kind of doubting that what you see might have another part to the story that explains why there's potential there for something better. And the challenge, of course, with this story has always been to find ways to help other people care about our dirty place. And as I say, that's getting a little easier these days, I found, which is heartening. And the challenge now really is to take this work out in front of many other different kinds of audiences and see if it makes an impact somehow. One you could probably never measure, like a lot of Blue Earth projects. And I mean, how can you measure the impact of a photographic project that goes out in the world everywhere, and you don't really have a sense for numbers or anything that changes dramatically, quickly. But anyway, if anyone has any ideas on the subject of where to take this work or how to improve it, I would be thrilled to hear about that anytime, in any way. So the one place it is going to go this spring, it's going to be published as a book. The University of Washington Press will have it out in probably, I don't know exactly when, but in spring 2016. And I wanted to end with a description of the book that maybe kind of hints at kind of where the idea of this work is, how it's striking other people. Through photographs and words, Once and Future River, Reclaiming the Duwamish, explores the complicated relationship between Seattleites and their only river. Central to the indigenous settlement that preceded the city, the Duwamish was critical to Seattle's founding and growth, but it has paid a steep price. Straitened, filled with trash and toxins, and generally neglected by those who benefited from it the most, the river was declared a Superfund site in 2001. Long before then, however, some Seattleites were already trying to reclaim their river landscape. This work offers a way not to turn away from this river, but rather to learn to understand the changed beauty of the Duwamish and the possibilities for its future. So, thank you all very much.